And that's all we're caring about. You know?
Okay, so
we're being videoed?
Yes.
Oh, we're being videoed again.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
and it's kind of far away. But is that okay? Okay, so
well, I know because as long as they can hear us, that's all that matters.
No,
remember how we used
to say? Okay, no, this is what I said we need to have a talk show because why can't everybody be like you and I are? My thing is that usually when people give you an opinion, they're saying it because they want to sway you to their side, and they want you to start thinking like they think.
That's right.
But why can't you give an opinion and not be offended, and then the other person give their opinion and not be offended?
Right.
It's just people take it so personally.
And every time you and I, like as we were talking about, that when we both know that there are, just because of our upbringings, our denomination, or whatever, that there were things that we've always been separate on, but we've always discussed them and never got mad at each other. I mean, because I've never ever thought, well, oh, if I say my opinion, I'm going to get mad at you and you have to be like me in the same way. Yeah, why is everybody not like us?
I don't know, because you really forced me to be that way, because when I met you...
I forced you, I love it. Do you remember? I love to tell the story. See, I forced you.
You forced me to be that way, because when you met me, I was still homeschooling and wearing my blue jumpsuit.
You had your little brother dress on. And she sits there in my kitchen with her shoulders showing.
Here I am today.
I know. Really, I do. You were so. Remember when she came, because you had been in the play with my children, and you knew that we were much big liberals.
Yeah, I didn't really know that. You just came up and you were just like. But even from the get-go, you found something in common with me. Your sister had 4 kids, you know, so that was how I had 6 or something. But up to that point, I'd really been a hermit. I mean, I was just in my little monastery in my house, you know. And
I wouldn't call it a monastery because you got 6 kids.
But I preached to the choir. I preached to people who already thought like I did, okay? And I was nervous about getting out in the world because I thought, I don't really know how to act when somebody says something that I don't believe in. And I don't know what it was about you. That it just, I wasn't, it might have made me uncomfortable.
You know what you said?
It might have made me this much uncomfortable for about a half a second. Right. But you were so, I don't know what.
You know what happened? It was actually election year, and my kids, my children, you knew because of that, these people must be just, they must be like, whatever, you know. And you said, and I'll never forget it because it was not a bad thing, because you were so precious. It was like we wanted to be friends, and you loved my children. My children called you Mrs. Davenport then, which was funny. And you said, no, I homeschool my children, and I thought to myself, girl, I see that blue jumper. That's written all over that. No, I got homeschooling. No, wait a minute. I got homeschooling friends who do dress.
Right, you know,
I just have to tease them. But,
hey, if you can't make fun of yourself,
and your friends, But anyway, you were like, okay, I homeschool my children, and I'm just sitting here like, okay, because I heard about Miss Davenport, how sweet you were, and then you said, listen, and you started telling me all your conservative beliefs, and you said, but I really want to still be your friend, and I remember saying to you, I tell you what, you can still have all those beliefs and be my friend. If you'll let me have my beliefs, I'll be your friend. Yeah. And from that point on, we never had an issue.
Yeah.
We never had an issue.
I know. And it was like, I don't know why it took me so long for that light bulb to go off in my head. Because I even remember saying things like, when I tell people what I believe, I don't say I believe first. I just say it is. Oh. That's the way I used to be.
Oh, I don't know.
That's just the way I used to be until, you know.
I think we were ready to have sort of an opening and not be different, but just being open, because of that, it helped you get out into the world and look at really, I mean, you've done a lot of creative things. You wouldn't be doing all the wonderful things you're doing now. Yeah. I mean, not because of me. I'm just saying you were ready for that opening.
You were a huge catalyst, but I mean, I had also just gotten out to, start doing the plays and, went through a lot of divorce and all that, and went back to school and all that. So,
which is, remember what a big deal when you went back to school, and now you are graduated and you are.
Start my job.
I can't believe that.
Anyway, I'm trying to make the point that everybody can get along. Everybody can get along. have, so I'm on Snapchat. I've got friends that are Muslim. I have friends that are atheists. I have friends that are gay. I have friends of all walks of life, okay? Because it's all about trying to be empathetic, seeing it from the other point of view. How can you just I used to literally think I could walk up to somebody and hand them a Bible and a Catholic catechism and say, if you read this,
you'll be okay.
You'll change your, it doesn't work like that. My own child that I, raised and thought I infused with my beliefs doesn't believe like I do. Well, am I going, now look, thank you God for giving me that, because that's taught me that I've got to love them. Anyway, you're going to change somebody because you preach to them or tell them or give them something to read? No, you're not. If you want somebody to change, which I'm not saying, what I'm saying is, though I don't have an ulterior motive when I'm loving people, okay? I'm loving them because of my belief that that's what God's commanded me to do, is to love a person, to be kind. Tell them what I believe, but not to tell them that they're going to hell if they don't believe it. I don't believe in that fire and brimstone stuff, because that's not going to change their heart. That's not going to change their heart if that's what God's will. And if I truly believe in God, that God's in control, then I will let Him be. Otherwise, I'm just going to be robbed of my peace. My peace is going to be just, we had the best homily yesterday. Oh my gosh, we had a visiting priest. And he talked about when Jesus told them to go out and preach. And if they didn't listen, dust your feet off and go on. So you say what you're going to say, and if they're not going to listen, then go on. It's okay. We're not in control. We are in control. We are just supposed to love.
And we're also, when one thing too, like you said, that people think they have to think a certain way and they go change someone else. Like, even if I act this way, they're going to change. Well, I'm pretty sure that, for me, there's a lot of people, even if I go act a certain way, they're not going to change, but I'm not there to do that. I think that, as you said, what my higher power wants me to do, whether it's God, whether it's whatever the higher power is, wants me to do is really do love and be kind. And then, I may not change that person, but I certainly will be able to be someone in their lives that maybe brings them the only peace they know that day, that they may think that is, that's where they're spiritual, power. Not because I'm being spiritual, but just because I'm being loving. Right. Because if I don't, that's another thing too, is we all, just like we said with all the things that are going on in the world and people talking about how bad this is and how bad that is. And the interesting thing is the people who, if we do, as we say, sort of keep our own side of the street clean and do our part, I don't think going and commanding, and I'm not trying to take things out of the Bible, out of context. Lord, people be going crazy. But if I go and say, well, the Bible tells me to do all this, well, I'm pretty sure, as you talked about earlier, I'm pretty sure that my understanding of it is the greatest commandment, whether it comes from God, Buddha, the Dalai Lama, whomever, is loving people.
Yeah, love yourself.
And I'm guaranteeing, and I guess if we just do that, then I don't have to really worry about anything else about what they do. If I just do that, and I don't always do that well. I usually, not from a judgmental way. Mine is more from an ego way of other people.
Yeah, but you know what? Most people are so single-minded that they don't even like people because of the football team that they like, or they don't like a person. They don't like a person because they're just kind of quirky, or I remember you telling me one time you used to think something was wrong with you because you were so outgoing and you thought you should be more reserved. You told me that one time.
Wow.
Yeah. There is nothing wrong with being outgoing and not giving I'm the most extroverted of my siblings, and I'm sure they think I'm weird, but I don't care.
But guess what?
I think that's who God created me to be. I'm in my element. When I'm by myself, like this morning, I was having kind of some anxiety, panicky things going on. I have that sometimes. I was like, I cannot wait to get out of this house and be around somebody because I'm around somebody, I'm feeling totally fine.
Right, because then you have that stimulation.
But that's me.
Yeah.
I have, you know, like I've got one of my best friends who's just a really artsy person, and you know, that's her thing, and she's quirky, and that's great. That's who she is. And there's other people
You
who
have lots of quirky
sit
friends.
in a corner and read a book all day. That's so it's. You know, I remember when my kids were young, and people would be like, "They're so shy. Why won't they?" I'm like, you know what? If I am my child's favorite person, what the heck is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with
The best
that.
audience they can have.
I mean,
it's
it's okay for people to be different. It's okay.
And we
you
can still
know?
love them. That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, you don't have to force them. You know, people talk about getting out of their comfort zone or whatever, and if they're unhappy and they're looking for something, let's say, what can I do that might help my, you know, maybe some people are depressed because they're alone all the time and they need to be, but some people really rejuvenate from being alone.
Yeah, I actually do. And that's something I've learned about myself. I do enjoy going out and being around people, but I think one thing I didn't know about myself is that, I guess I did know it about myself. Actually, I take that back. I knew it about myself. I just would hear everyone else, people will go, no, you don't. You never have downtime. And I'd be like, yeah, I do. I have lots of downtime. They have no idea. Like, I've been at home all morning, and actually, I cooked. I didn't even have music on. My dogs are here. I've done, you know, and it's just been so, I look forward to you coming over to Cookie's Kitchen is what we call it. We can start having Cookie's Kitchen. Cookie's Kitchen.
Yeah,
Debra and Cookie's.
We're so far away. I need to turn the camera around.
Well, we'll learn. We're learning how to do that. Well, you probably know how to do all that.
No, but
it
really
like
just
that.
people are different because, you know, people's likes and dislikes and whatever. And it's just so cliche, but why can't we all just get along?
Why can't we all get along? Is that enough?
I'm really,